Jack, appreciate the time. Thanks for being here. Welcome back to hockey season. How was your summer?
Fantastic. It was nice to get away from it a little bit and be with friends and family and just enjoy being home and training a little bit as well. It was a good time.
Birdies in the dozens or what?
Tried my best.
You're a big golfer in the off season, so yeah. I just got into it, by the way. Wow, what a newfound respect for golf.
Yep.
I've always known it's difficult, but how good are you?
I like to say I'm pretty good.
Yeah, okay, so really good. Okay, yeah. I got you.
I've been playing my whole life, so yeah. I've had a little bit of a jump on most people.
Why do you think it is that hockey players generally gravitate to golf? Time of the year? Is there something about, like almost like a one-timer feels like a drive, I suppose? Is there some of that motion too, or what?
Yeah, I think obviously timing is a big part of it with the summer and having the time off, but I think also just kind of being out of like a physical or competitive sport and just kind of
you need something
hanging out and being in nature maybe.
Yeah, I get it.
Very different than hockey.
Just looking back at your last season, 2 different teams, Sharks and Barracuda, 2 totally different leagues, fortunately both in the same city. You don't really have a lot of seasons like that under your belt where you were going back and forth. What was that like? And I know people will say, well, that's what your job is, to switch gears, but switching gears isn't always the easiest thing either.
Yeah, obviously it was great, like getting to play that many games in the NHL and being up there that many times. But at the same time, it is hard, going back and forth. You get comfortable some spot and then you go to the next spot, and you kind of, if you're going up and down like that, it's a little difficult with that. But I learned so much and took so much from last year that definitely made me a better player.
What is it about coming back this year? It feels like there's more optimism here. I don't know if it's just the clean slate that's got everybody feeling in a good mood, but there's been additions. The younger players are more mature. You yourself, 1 year older, 1 year wiser, 1 year stronger. It just feels like everybody has a better feeling about the start of this year than even the start of last year.
For sure. I think, it's continuing to build towards, the goal, obviously. And each year is very important. And, guys are getting older and, like, all the young talent that is here. And those guys keep getting a year older and you're more experienced. I think that helps a lot. And obviously the players that they brought in are really good as well. So I think the start of the year is so exciting, and it's big.
You just told the media that you put on 8 pounds this summer.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. No, just kidding. I tried not to put on weight this summer, but no, like you're actively trying to consume more calories. You also need to put on the right weight. Like what's the 8 pounds of getting bigger about?
Yeah, it's not easy, honestly. Like
really?
It sounds like
turn 40. It's really easy. Trust me.
Yeah. Whenever I tell someone, in the summer, like family or friends that I'm trying to gain weight, they just like look at me and shake their head. But for me, it's like eating the right thing. Obviously,
sure.
You're not eating,
of course,
junk or anything like that. Just trying to eat a lot of protein and eat stuff like that. Train. Obviously, training is important to put on the muscle, and then eating and drinking a lot of water and, trying to not burn as many calories as you're putting on, I guess it's tough to do. But in the summer, especially when it's hot and you're golfing, stuff like that, it's hard to stop burning calories, but that's kind of how I do it.
So do you notice, like, coming back instantly that those 8 pounds make a difference, whether it's a wall battle or like where would you notice that helps you out instantly?
Yeah, I think you don't really feel it all summer until you're here and you're in a corner or whatever. And kind of just like being sturdy on your skates.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's something I've noticed a little bit here throughout camp is, when someone tries to push me, I feel a little more balanced and a little more weight and definitely a little stronger and stuff like that.
When you signed the extension for this summer, General Manager Mike Greer used the quote of you're looking forward to your progression continuing within the organization. How does that look to you? Like where you've been, where you're at right now, what you hope maybe this season looks like?
Yeah, obviously my goal right now is to make the NHL, and that's the only thing that's on my mind kind of right now. Doing everything I can to make that happen, but at the same time, it's just, continuing to develop. I really like being in this organization, and, I really like the players in the AHL and the NHL. I think they drafted and bring in a lot of good people. So being here and just continuing to develop with this organization is something that I'm looking forward to.
You get praised and noticed for being more of an offensive-minded defenseman, a very, very much a two-way defenseman. But doesn't the offense as a D, doesn't it have to kind of always start with being a defenseman?
Yeah.
You got to get the puck back, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think if you're, making the right reads defensively and, having a good stick defensively and all that sort of stuff, I think the puck is on your stick, or at least on your team stick a little more, which obviously creates more offense. So I think that's, what they say when you're younger, play good defense and you get more offense, but it's true. So yeah, it's something that is true.
What is something that you think could make yourself stand out this year, your game, what you've been trying to do? And I know it's a weird question, but like what would be something you would hope people would notice and say, oh, that's where he's gotten better?
Yeah, I think for me it's just confidence. I think, having being able to insert myself defensively and go get the puck and then take the puck up the ice or go make a next play. I think that's something that for me that I want to work on and I have been working on, and it's something that I'm looking forward to doing.
It's crazy. Patience plays such a huge part in all of this, from an individual aspect and from a team aspect. We can all kind of see the direction of the Sharks, I think. And obviously a player like yourself, it may not even be like the timing. If it's not right now, it will be eventually. How do you just stay patient about everything and know that the right time is coming and you don't have to try and force that timing?
Right. Yeah.
There's urgency. I know that. I know that.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of, like I talk about, is just coming into the rink every day with the right mindset, being present with where I'm at, today or this week, and just working hard, listening, being coachable, and earning the trust of, management and the coaches here, and, kind of just keep building, and then, eventually you'll be rewarded.
All right, last thing, what's the living scenario like here in San Jose?
I live with Ethan Cardwell again.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's why you guys go back a ways, if I'm correct.
Yeah. We were neighbors growing up.
Yeah.
Starting when we were 6 years old.
Yeah.
So we were best friends. Played hockey together growing up, and then when I got traded here, obviously that was pretty cool. And then last year we lived together, and then living together again this year.
I think I remember talking to Cards about that. He mentioned that you were living with him. So does he still have the podcast?
I don't know if he's done it much recently.
Pod faded a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to get him back on it.
Yeah.
You guys have a good time, though? It's a good situation?
We have a great situation, obviously. We go back a long ways. Our families are close. And
that's right.
We have a good time. We don't tick each other off too much, because I think
that's important.
I think we know what would get the other guy mad.
Yeah. A lot of backstories. Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, great to have you here in San Jose. Hope to see a lot of you with the Sharks. I know that's what you want, and we're rooting for that. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.